everybody, it's the 13th Wolfman. Today is day two of the 31 days of horror. That's right, 31 movies, 31 days, 31 videos. You get to watch them all if you want. Just pick the ones you want to watch. But this year there's a theme. This year the theme is horror movies and their sequels. Now, yesterday, you know how I started this month off with? I started off with Final Destination 5. And the reason I started off with Final Destination 5 is because, well, the ending of that movie flows into the beginning of the next. But before we get into all of that, I want you to like, I want you to subscribe, I want you to share, I want you to comment. I always want to know what you have to say, man. And there's other people out there doing this. There's Brother Max, the one and only MSJ. That's right, over at the one and only MSJ, Brother Max is doing this. I Am the Ice Lord. He's also doing it. So, I mean, there's others. I haven't got a list yet of who's all doing this, but when I do find out, oh, Hobbs Horror. I know he's doing it. So, when I do find out who everyone that's doing it, I will inform you. Like I said, like, subscribe, share, comment. Yeah. Now let's get into the movie. Today's movie is Final Destination, the first movie. 2000. This movie came out in the year 2000. In the year 2000. Yeah. This movie came out, and that was bad. And this movie launched a whole different take on the horror genre. I mean, imagine that the killer out there that is trying to kill you isn't someone in a hockey mask, a Shatner mask, burned to a crisp, the Prince of Hell. You know, it's none of that. It's just death. Death is what's haunting you. How messed up is that? So in this movie, if you haven't seen the first Final Destination, you definitely need to watch it. Devon Sawa, Ali Larter, Amanda Detmer, Kerr Smith, Sean William Scott, who else? Kristen Cloak, whatever. Who else? Brendan Frere, and a few others. They get on this plane. And Devon Sawa has a premonition or a vision that the plane is going to go boom. So he freaks out. He's already strung a little high as it is when this movie starts. He's talking about superstitions of leaving the previous the previous luggage tag on there, you know, because, well, it got home safely that time. And by the time he gets to the airport, he's sweating bullets, man. I mean, he wants to be there, but he really doesn't want to be there. And you know, so he has this premonition. He wakes up from the premonition. He checks a couple of things that happened in his premonition. They still happen again. He flips the hell out. Kerr Smith, whose character in this movie is nothing more than just like a major douche. I mean, he thinks he has to get involved with everything, no matter what. He's a classmate. He'll let the adults handle the problem, but no, he's got to get up and he starts something with Devon Sawa, and he punches them, and they get kicked off the plane along with 5 others, and as the plane pulls away, it blows up. Now, here's the cool thing. If you watch part 5, you know that this happened because at the end of part 5, the guy that was the guy that's the main character gets on this same plane. You know, so it flows. It's one solid story that flows right into the next one. You know, there's a lot of cool things that happen in this movie. I just remember when I saw this in the theater, and the death in the bathtub, strangulation by a clothesline, right? I remember all of a sudden, I mean, this was 2000. All of a sudden, you're watching this on the big screen, and you see all the vessels in his eyes just go pop, 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 pop. And I was like, whoa, that is the coolest of ideas. I love all the deaths in this, but the two that really stick out in my head are Amanda Detmer and the bathtub scene. And the bathtub one, it really does give you, I mean, when this movie came out, it really does give you a more supernatural take on it, because of the water. And if you've seen the movie, you understand what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen the movie, again, you got to watch this. My God. This movie ends. The ending of this movie has another connection to the fifth film. The three main characters that survive this entire ordeal are eating at Le Café Miro 81. Le Café Miro 81. Which is the restaurant that the guy from the fifth movie was going to go to in Paris to apprentice at. I mean, it's just, everything's kind of gone, yeah. I just love these little touches. The other little touch I love about this movie is everybody in this movie, their character is named after someone in classic horror. And when I say classic, I'm talking 1940s, 20s, 30s, you know. There's an Agent Schreck. Max Schreck played Nosferatu in the 1920 silent version of Nosferatu. You have the Wagners, as in George Wagner, who directed The Wolfman. You have Hitchcock, Billy Hitchcock, self-explanatory. I don't need to tell you who that is. Who else? Carter Horton. You know, Clear Rivers, Todd, what was his name? I mean, I'm loving this, but I'm blanking on their names right now. I said Wagner already, Todd, who is, Browning was one of them. Alex Browning, who is named after the guy that did Freaks. I mean, it's just, there's so much there. Daniel Roebuck shows up in this, and Tony Todd is in it. This movie launched a few people, but they also had some people from past stuff. Daniel Roebuck is awesome in this movie. If you haven't seen The River's Edge from 1987-88 with him, Keanu Reeves, Crispin Glover, Ione Skye, I highly recommend that movie. It's definitely worth watching. But yeah, we're going to get back to this one though. This is such an awesome movie. I love it. Final Destination. I mean, what else can I say other than if you haven't seen it, watch it. It's such a good movie. And if you haven't seen this alternative viewing of it, watch it because it flows a little bit more. As always, I mean, that's all I have to say. As always, I am the 13th Wolfman. I am on the prowl. Go out and check out all those other people that I mentioned. And, yeah. Bye.